If you want your PowerShell prompt to look as cool as mine does, then continue watching this quick tip. In this quick tip, we are going to go over the commands that you can use to pimp out your PowerShell prompt, as you saw in the preview of this video. Without further ado, let's get to the commands and start by setting the execution policy to unrestricted, because we are going to run some commands from the internet. So set to unrestricted. We are going to change it later, so don't worry. Let's navigate also to our home folder so we can download whatever we need without worrying that we affect the system32 directory. Now let's get to the good stuff. The first thing we have to do is install the oh-my-posh module, which actually will do all the hard work. This module is a theme module, so it implements themes in PowerShell, and it will be able to bring you the nice prompt that you saw in the preview. And if this is the first time you use install module, you will also be prompted to install NuGet, as you see here. Just press yes. And now we wait for the module to install. The next thing that I will do is also install the posh-git module. You don't have to do this if you don't use Git, but since I do use it and I have it installed on this computer, I will install it. And if you don't want to use install module to get these two modules, you can also get them from GitHub and place them yourself in the modules path. The next part of the story is we have to get some new fonts that will be able to show us different symbols in our PowerShell window. The one that I will download now is only an example, but in the link that I placed here you can find even more fonts that you can play around with. Let's extract the files. And now we have to install the font. And since we are talking about PowerShell and we are theming PowerShell in this video, let's use PowerShell to also install our font. To do this, we have to download a module that will give us a function to install fonts using PowerShell. And I will download it with invoke web request. But you can also get it with install module or by just going to the site that I put here and downloading it manually. Now let's extract it. And we only need one file from this module actually, the install font.ps1. So let's move it to our current directory. Excellent. And of course with this file we can now install our font. Before we go on, let's clean up a little. We don't need the zip. And we don't need also any of the module files. And we can set the execution policy to remote signed at this point. Great. So we have the font installed. Let's set this font in our PowerShell console, and I will switch to powershell.exe for this. Here it is. Now we have the font set. And with the font configured, we can go ahead and launch the module. We just have to import the oh-my-posh module. I will also import the posh-git module, but if you don't use Git, you don't have to. And then I will set a theme from oh-my-posh. With the get posh themes command, you can list all the themes that you have available. And you see that there are a few. And it's nice that you get the theme name and also how it looks, so you have a nice preview and you know what you will set before setting it. Now one thing that we should do if we want this theme to always come up when we open PowerShell is place those 3 commands in our PowerShell profile. And if you want the profile to be used in powershell.exe, then you should run the next commands in powershell.exe. So let's copy the 2 commands here. And this will create a profile script. And now we can edit it. And we just need to put the 3 commands. You can of course set your own theme. You don't have to use the one that I chose. And now if we close and open PowerShell again, it should work. So the theme should already be set. And you see what a big difference a small font makes. Let's navigate to our home directory now. And I have one more thing to show you. Let's also test out how Git looks, in case you use Git. We will make a new folder, navigate to that folder and create a new repository. And you see now that since we are in a Git repository, we are shown the current branch that we have, which looks very cool. And it visually is helpful for you because you will know when you have uncommitted changes and so on. So this was it for this quick tip. I hope it was helpful for you. Please like the video and share it if it was. Also subscribe to my channel if you want to be notified of new videos that I put out. And thanks a lot for watching.